What's going on, everybody? It's the Halfback here, and welcome back to another episode of Rising Above Adversity, AFC Bournemouth, where today I have for you a bit of a relegation clash against Aston Villa in the Premier League. As you can tell by the top of the screen, you can see where we currently stand in the league. But before I show you the table as a whole, obviously I'm going to talk you through what has led us to that position that we are currently in. Obviously, in the last game that I live-commed, or not live-commed due to the issues with my audio, as you may know, but we played AC Milan in the last episode, 3-0 home win in the Europa League, and the Europa League is something I quickly want to talk about because we've actually qualified from our group, as you can see, as group winners, which is just incredible. Our first season in Europe, and we finished top of the group in front of AC Milan, who finished runners-up, of course. AC Milan, not the force that they once was, but to finish ahead of them in the group was amazing, and to beat them as well in the group was incredible. And we'll actually come up against Dnipro from Ukraine in the first knockout round. Of course, Dnipro in real life were runners-up in the Europa League, so that will be a really difficult game. But moving on in the Premier League, you can see after we played AC Milan, we lost 1-0 at home to Norwich, which was really frustrating. Of course, Norwich coming up with us from the Championship, so to lose at home to them was a really disappointing result. It was an even game. I would say we were slightly of the better two sides, but we just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, and Norwich took their chances, or their chance, and yeah, they took away 3 points from the goal stands. But again, the next game we played another of the promoted teams, this time Watford, away from home at Vicarage Road, and we managed to pick up 3 points in that one. As you can see, Callum Wilson with a brace. Again, you know, fantastic to pick up points from a side that came up with us. Obviously, a team that are expected to be down there fighting relegation, so that was really pleasing. The next result following that was the game against Genk. Obviously, I showed you the league table. We've qualified from that group. We beat Genk 3-0, and the last group game we beat Lech Poznan 1-0. But moving back to the Premier League, we also played Swansea. We lost 2-0 there. Of course, Swansea are an established Premier League side at this point, so it was always going to be a difficult task to go there and get points. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it. But the next result after that was one I was so happy with, against Leicester City. Now, Leicester are currently rock bottom of the table, and they were rock bottom of the table when we played them. And they actually took the lead in the game, and for a long period in the match, it looked like they were actually going to go and win the game, which would have been such a frustrating result. But you can see on in the 77th minute, Harry Arter popped up with an equaliser, and then in the 88th minute, Will Keane with the winner to seal all 3 points. And when we look back at this result at the end of the season, it could be, you know, a deciding game in terms of us staying up in the league. Of course, currently we are in the relegation zone after, you know, defeats against Everton, which followed the Leicester game, or after the Lech Poznan game, and in the last game we played in the league, we lost to Man City. I was going to live com that game, but I thought, you know, we've got this game against Aston Villa. If I now show you the league table, Aston Villa are just a place behind us in 19th. Obviously, you can see we have a game in hand over the sides above us and below. Aston Villa's goal difference is terrible at the moment. Our goal difference isn't that bad, -8. If we win this game against Villa, we can actually propel ourselves up to 14th. So it really is so tight at the bottom. Only 5 points separating Villa in 19th and Everton in 12th. So it really is tight at the bottom. It can all change so quickly. So, you know, we haven't got anything to worry about too much at this stage. Obviously, we don't want to be in the relegation zone, but it's not a massive concern. One thing I also forgot to mention is that we're in the Capital One Cup semi-final. Of course, this is our trophy that we won last season. We are the holders. We are looking to retain the trophy, and we've got to the semi-finals by beating Hull on penalties. We will now face Southampton in the semi-finals. Of course, a bit of a rivalry there, Southampton. So we'll be looking to progress to another final, which would be amazing if we could retain our trophy. But I'm going to get into the game against Aston Villa today. Obviously, we'll be looking for 3 points in this clash. Aston Villa, as I said, are a place behind us at the moment. I've gone for a changing system. Now, I haven't played this system at all this season. Played it a bit last season in the Championship. Of course, I played 4-4-2. quite a lot in the championship last season. It worked well. I decided against coming into the Premier League and playing 4-4-2, but with results not going too great at the moment, I'm going to give it a go. Why not? Maybe we can have some success with 4-4-2 in the Premier League, just changing some players around here. Just looking at who we've got in the team. We'll change Kuka. I probably should have set all this up before coming into this live commentary. But we're going to give Riviere a go out on the right wing. Now, Riviere's been dropped lately. He's not been doing too great in the team, so I've not been playing him a lot. But I'm going to give him a go as on the right wing. I'm going to play him as a Ramdoita actually and see how he gets on there in this one. I'll just bring on what am I doing here? Yeah, and that's it. That's going to be the team for today. As I said, hoping for 3 points against Aston Villa. I'm not sure that Villa's team, who they've actually got, if Benteke is still there. Maybe Jack Grealish. I'm not sure. If I haven't looked at the team, so I'm not kind of sure who they have got. We'll have a quick look when we get into it. So yeah, they've got Benteke. Where's Benteke? Benteke is actually on the bench. Maybe he's got an injury, but they've got Grealish. Some decent players, of course. Not a great side. Bonglahor could be a threat. But apart from that, Aston Villa's a really average team. You know, you can see Kieran Richardson in midfield there. So we should. They're also playing 4-4-2, which is quite interesting. So yeah, I think we've got actually as a team as a whole. I feel like our team is stronger, but you know, you never know how things will pan out. But as I said, I'm actually going to switch to control as well and see if we can, you know, kind of not dominate the game, but you know, yeah, well, not dominate the game, but have as the mentality is, have the control in the game. We're at home, and hopefully we can be on the front foot instead of kind of sitting back. I feel like we can get a result against Villa here today. But early kickoff has arrived in the game. Early stages. Obviously, we're doing well in the position where Aston Villa have started to hold the ball a little bit more. They're having a lot more possession now. But maybe a chance here for ourselves in the opening minutes of the game. 15 minutes gone. Callum Wilson on the ball. Andrew Sermons. Richie's got a lot of space out there, out wide. He brings it into the box. And he takes a shot and it goes into the top corner. It looks like Brad Guzan may have got a hand on it. But Matt Ritchie, obviously out wide on the left wing today, gets a goal. And that's a fantastic start. In the first 20 minutes, we take the lead. And the change in system is working well so far. You can see kind of fairly even in terms of shots and things like that. But we've got the all-important goal. Now we're looking for a second one as Callum Wilson plays it to Riviere. And Riviere, in his new role as a Ramdoita on the right wing, has put it in the back of the net. He's been struggling of late, Riviere. That's why he's been dropped from the team. I've brought him back in for this game. And he's repaid my faith in him with a goal. But hopefully we do not concede here as Lingard has the ball into Kozak off the crossbar. But he is offside, thankfully, and hopefully we can go into half-time with a 2-0 lead. We do not want to concede before half-time. Obviously, you know, that would make it very, very nervy in the second half. Matt Ritchie seems to be struggling with fitness at the moment. We'll leave him out there for a little bit in the second half, see how he does after the restart. But not much action happening towards the end of the half, and that will be the half-time whistle. 2-0 up at home against Aston Villa. Couldn't have asked for a better start to the half. Just tell the players to keep it going, and I will say as well, there's a lot more to come. Hopefully we do not get complacent at this stage, and kind of looking for more of the same in the second half. You can see that's pushed us all the way up to 14th, just again showing how close it is in the Premier League this season. You know, there really is no margin for error with it being so tight. Artur Buric has picked up and knocked the goalkeeper. Of course, we have got the German goalkeeper Ulreich on the bench, and as I say that, Andrew Sermon with the free kick parried by Brad Guzan, and it falls gracefully into the path of Matt Ritchie, who converts to make it 3-0, and the system's working perfectly. Wow. I was really worried about going with 4-4-2 in the Premier League, but if we could continue to play like that, I may have to stick with it for this season. Of course, going into the future, that's not something I want to go with, but if it's working, then that's brilliant. You know, I will stick with it for the season. Obviously, this is just one game. But again, we're on the attack. We're doing so well in terms of our attacking threat. And defending as well. I don't think we've had any real highlights from Aston Villa. And as I say that, Jack Grealish picks up the ball in our half. We'll look to run at our back four. And Kuka, he seems to have a real problem with discipline. Obviously, I've got him as a ball-winning midfielder, but that's his like third. I think that's about his third yellow card of the season, which is just not good enough. I'm going to make some changes. I'll bring off Will Keane and strengthen up that midfield. I'll bring on Eunan O'Kane. I'll set Andrew Sermon as a defensive midfielder. Yeah, just change around. I'll also bring back the wingers here. Let's try and close out this game now. We're 3-0 up. There's no need for us to go and hunt more goals down. So I'm going to go defensive. Try and sharp shop. Tell the players to be more disciplined. I'm not going to waste time, but I'll say to lower the tempo. Yeah, I think that will be it for now. Just try and sharp shop. Go to a highly structured team shape. And hopefully we can see this one out without too many problems. Obviously not long to go, just about 25 minutes left in the game. Aston Villa, as I said, haven't posed a real threat to us in this game. No clear-cut chances for them. With 10 minutes to go, it looks like we are doing a very good job. Defensively, we've been excellent. And also, obviously, going forward, we've been clinical, taking our chances when they've come. And we may have another chance here. Ball floated in from the free kick from Matt Ritchie. But Benteke picks it up and they may counter on us now. Benteke doesn't find the pass and Riviere cuts it out back to Matt Ritchie. Eunan O'Kane on the ball, hasn't got much options forward, but Matt Ritchie picks up the loose ball. He's on a hat-trick, of course. Andrew Sermon back to Eunan O'Kane, cannot find the pass. He does though to Andrew Sermon. Not many options again, but he'll look to keep the ball and play it to Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson's through, and Callum Wilson rifles it into the top corner. That's his 50th goal for Bournemouth. His 14th of the season. Bournemouth 4, Aston Villa 0. The red card hasn't made a single difference, as we're going to close out this game with another goal. Seconds left in it now, and it looks like that will be it, and it will be full time at the goal stands. Bournemouth 4, Aston Villa 0. An incredible result. We've taken Aston Villa taking another big hit to their goal difference, but we move ourselves up to 14th with that win. You may have seen it in the corner there in the right hand side of your screen. There is the confirmation. 14th in the table, just above QPR, 2 points away from 2 points off, Newcastle and Everton. So, you know, as I said, it's really tight up there at the moment. But let me look at the fixtures that we've got coming up. Of course, I told you that we're in the Capital One Cup semi-finals against Southampton. So I'm actually going to probably come back for that one. I'm not completely sure, but obviously when the next episode comes out, you guys will see. We've got Tottenham in the league next, which is going to be a tough game. I'm going to wrap it up here for now. If you did enjoy this episode, please do leave a thumbs up. It would help me out a lot. If you're not subscribed to the channel just yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you feel like you would want to see more of this content. But it's been the halfback. I'll see you guys in a bit.